the internet, a breeding ground for information, connection, and terror? In the vast digital landscape, stories of cursed websites and haunted emails send shivers down our spines. One such tale, the Ghost Boy email, has circulated online forums and whispered conversations for years. It speaks of a message appearing in an inbox with no sender, subject, or content, only a chilling image. A young boy with eyes that pierce your soul. Legend claims ignoring this email unleashes a series of increasingly disturbing events, culminating in a fate worse than death. Alex, a college student with a healthy dose of skepticism, scoffed at the tales. Urban legends, ghost stories, he found them amusing at best, and utterly ridiculous at worst. To him, they were nothing more than the product of overactive imaginations and a penchant for drama. He thrived on logic and reason. His bookshelf was filled with volumes on critical thinking, scientific inquiry, and the art of skepticism. He prided himself on his ability to debunk myths and see through the fog of superstition. So when the infamous blank email arrived in his inbox, an unsettling image staring back at him, he felt a chill but quickly dismissed it. It was just another attempt to spook the gullible, he thought. Alex, probably just a prank, he muttered to himself, shaking his head in disbelief. He muttered, hitting the delete button without hesitation. He had no time for such nonsense, and he certainly wasn't going to let it disrupt his day. Little did he know, this simple act would plunge him headfirst into a nightmare he never could have imagined. The email was more than just a prank. It was a harbinger of something far more sinister. His days continued as normal, but a knot of unease began to form in his stomach. He couldn't shake the feeling that something was off, that he was being watched. The boy's image, though blurry, lingered in his mind's eye. It was as if the ghostly figure had imprinted itself on his consciousness, refusing to be forgotten. He tried to shake off the feeling, attributing it to his own imagination, but deep down, a seed of doubt had been planted. No matter how hard he tried to rationalize it away, the sense of dread only grew stronger with each passing day. The following night, things took a sinister turn. The air felt heavier, and an unsettling silence blanketed the house. Alex awoke to the distinct feeling of being watched. His heart pounded as he scanned the room, but nothing seemed out of place. A cold draft snaked around his room, despite the windows being shut tight. It was as if the chill had a mind of its own, seeking him out. Then he heard it, a soft whisper of his name, barely audible but undeniably present. The sound sent shivers down his spine. Panic tightened its grip on his chest. He felt paralyzed, unable to move or call out for help. He tried to rationalize the experience, but the events were becoming too difficult to ignore. Each night brought new horrors. Days turned into a blurry torment. Sleep eluded him, and the line between reality and nightmare began to blur. The whispers grew louder, accompanied by fleeting shadows at the edge of his vision. They seemed to mock his fear. The temperature dropped dramatically whenever he entered a room, and the feeling of dread became a constant companion. It was as if the house itself was alive, breathing down his neck. The digital world he once embraced now felt like a hunting ground, and he was the prey. Every notification, every flicker of the screen seemed to carry a hidden threat. Driven to the brink, Alex decided to confront his fear. He delved into online forums, desperately searching for information about the Ghost Boy email. His search led him down a rabbit hole of terrifying accounts from others who had ignored the spectral message. Each story shared a chilling similarity: escalating paranormal activity, culminating in the victim's sudden and unexplained disappearance.
One post mentioned a ritual, a way to appease the vengeful spirit and break free from its grasp.
Armed with this newfound knowledge and a sliver of hope, Alex prepared himself for a final confrontation, hoping to end the nightmare that had consumed his life. He followed the instructions meticulously, each step more nerve-wracking than the last, his heart pounding in his chest. The air grew heavy, thick with an unspoken dread, and the room seemed to plunge into an unnatural stillness, as if time itself had paused. Just as he completed the ritual, his hand shaking uncontrollably, a blood-curdling scream pierced the silence. Then, nothing. The room fell eerily quiet.
Screams.
Alex vanished without a trace, leaving behind no explanation for his disappearance, no clues, no signs of struggle. Only a lingering chill and the faint scent of ozone in the air, as if something otherworldly had occurred. The police investigation hit a dead end, every lead turning cold. Friends and family were left with unanswered questions, their minds racing with possibilities. their grief intertwined with a chilling fear of the unknown. The uncertainty gnawed at them. Alex's story became a chilling reminder of the dark side of the internet, a cautionary tale, a digital campfire tale whispered among those brave enough to listen, a story that would haunt their dreams. But the story doesn't end there. Whispers on the web suggest the Ghostboy email continues to circulate, appearing in random inboxes, its reach expanding with each passing day.
A new victim has surfaced, a young woman who, like Alex, dismissed the email as a hoax. Now she experiences the same terrifying phenomena, whispers, shadows, and an overwhelming sense of dread. Will she meet the same fate as Alex, or will she find a way to escape the clutches of the Ghostboy?
The legend of the Ghostboy email lives on, a haunting reminder that some messages are best left unread.